Tired of forcing the kids to play inside because of these heat waves? It's not just you. Heat waves are getting worse, and we need your help. Hi, I'm Dr. Joellen Russell. I'm a climate scientist and a mom. I'm doing everything I can to keep kids safe from extreme heat waves, but we need more mom power to make a difference. Visit ScienceMoms.com to learn how to help fight heat waves and give our kids the cool, healthy future they deserve.
Live from multiple locations via the miracle of Skype, it's the LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing. Featuring dangerous Dan Margetta and Brian Schmidt. LTN is a caller-driven program, and your participation is encouraged by calling 414-421-7901. That's 414-421-7901. Now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
Hey, welcome to the program. Glad you could join us. Yes, another road course. We have plenty of them, and, well, there's good news. They're going to do away with this one after this race and go back to the oval. At least that's what we think. Thanks for joining us. Todd Bailing joining you from the scoring tower at Dells Raceway Park in beautiful Wisconsin, Dells, Wisconsin, joined by my 2.5 partners, mostly because we don't talk to PJ until later in the program. Dan Margetta of St. Francis, USA. Hey, man.
Hey, good morning. I'm back to Indy, I guess. It's kind of cool to be in the Midwest racing capital, I suppose, and looking forward to going back to the Oval, though. I mean, the road course is okay, but I think the Oval's so much better.
And, of course, Brian Schmidt of a newly crowned jewel in boat racing circles, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Hey, man.
Yes. I shared a couple videos of that on our LTN page yesterday. You can kind of check it out, and that's some pretty cool stuff going on up here. Had no idea that was what it was, but yeah, Indianapolis. Dan and I were at the last actual Brickyard 400 back in 2019, and the crowd wasn't the greatest then. But I think now that it's gone away, people realize you kind of lost a crown jewel in that event, even though it had lost its luster. But with these new cars, put them on the oval and let's see what they can do, because these cars have proved us. Everybody thought these were going to be road race cars when they put them on there, and the road racing hasn't been spectacular with them, but the oval racing on the bigger tracks has. So I'm thinking if you go back to the oval there, maybe we'll be surprised and there'll be some really good quality racing on that track.
Let's hope so. They belong on the oval, I think, anyway. Hey, this is not a roster from Ellis Island, okay? What do the following people have in common? Mike Rockenfeller, Jensen Button, Andy Lally, Komi Kobayashi, Brody Kostecki, and Shane Van Gisbergen. No, it's not a... It's actual people that are racing today. Oh, and Josh Bilicki, I wanted to throw him in there because he starts 32nd today, too. Those are all people that are racing today on the Indy road course. Daniel Suarez, by the way, is on the pole for this one, too. So an outstanding run for him. And listen, I'm going to go right out there now. That Van Gisbergen dude was so impressive at Chicago. It looked like he had more horsepower than anybody else. And we know that can't possibly be true because they whack your well, anyway, you can't do that in NASCAR. And so, even though he looked that way, there's a talent level that is almost incomprehensible. And I'm thinking, if he can bring some of that again, they're going to be slobbering over this guy. He starts 9th today. If I remember right, he didn't start on the pole at Chicago either. He just he races very well. And Brody Kostecki, by the way, who will be starting 11th in another Childress car, is another one of those guys that races against Van Gisbergen in Australia. And this is the one that Shane called a huge NASCAR fan. He's driving a Childress car today, and don't discount any of those people. I'm telling you, they're fun to watch, and they're pretty good on this sort of thing. So at any time during this program today, if you would like to come and join us, you can do so by calling 414-421-7901. I'm not sure if you can hear her breathing in the background, but our short track reporter, PJ Noodleman, is along with us for the ride, and she will be at a moment's notice. However, her husband, Toby, is not. PJ, where is he today? Wausau?
He's driving up to Wausau for the Tundra race up there today.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We'll if we need any technical help, we'll just ask you anyway, because you seem to know everything he knows, and what a great thing that is. In my house, my wife knows way more than I know, so it's I know how it works. So we're racing at the Indy Road Course, perhaps for the last time. The race will be televised on Channel 4 in Milwaukee. That's NBC. If you're listening outside the area, like our many, many listeners on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, the green flag is at 1:44 Central Time. Coverage starts right here on the Big 920 at 12:30 this afternoon, and we invite you to be sure to tune in for that one. So there have been some other races already. They've been racing on this Indy Road Course, including what was the last time Indy cars took a back seat to Xfinity for one and a Cup race for the other, which seems like what happened yesterday, guys. Hard to imagine that IndyCar is relegated to an opening show.
Second fiddle at Indianapolis, and I think that's part of the reason why they're going to go back to the oval. I don't think IndyCar is happy with being, the support series in their own racing capital being Indianapolis. So I think that next year you'll see them run the Indy Road Course on their own date, probably being the headliner, and I think we'll have the Cup cars back on the oval, because I think that's factors into it.
And that is also a reason why us here in the Milwaukee market may benefit from them going away, because the other rumor is that not only is NASCAR going to go back to the oval, but this IndyCar date on the calendar may come to the Milwaukee Mile. So, and then IndyCar would just do their typical road race at Indianapolis in May, a couple weeks before the 500. Let's hope those rumors come true.
Yeah, there's all kinds of rumors out there. By the way, we heard one that we have to share because it's kind of exciting for us around these parts. Brian, a local guy may be involved.
Well, there's talk out there when you're looking at rosters and where people are going to race next year that Colleague is going to have some open seats on their Xfinity thing. And there's a rumor floating around that Derek Kraus may be one of the guys that they're looking at to put in one of those Xfinity rides. Chandler Smith is their full-time guy this year in there, and then they have the 10 car that floats around with different drivers. They may even had a third car out there every now and then too with different drivers in it. So, or Hemrick is also the other full-time guy. That's it. And Hemrick hasn't done anything in their full-time car. I mean, he won one race with a championship with Gibbs years ago, went to Colleague, and has been, you don't even know he's out there half the time. So, and if you put it together, a couple weeks ago when the Cup Series was in Richmond and AJ was up here at Road America, they put Derek in that car, in the Cup car, to practice a little bit. So they must have some interest in him, and they must want him to do something. Obviously, money is going to play a big role in it. So I'm not sure if this is pending Derek bringing some money over for that or what, but there's been talk that he would possibly be a guy that they'd look for to run a full Xfinity program here. That would be really good.
He's had some starts in that car and done really
well.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yes, he has.
Right. And he does. I think there's sim work and everything else. I mean, so they have a lot of history with him. Like I said, there's so much that goes into putting this deal together with so many different aspects. Now it's kind of crazy how long it takes and how much has to go right to get in the finalized deal. But it's cool he's on the radar. Some
teams have drivers just for simulator. What would you call it? That's their job description, is to run the simulator for the Cup teams. And I know that Derek has been the simulator driver for Colleague, and I believe he's also doing that for Legacy Motorsports, which is, that's not a bad gig to have. They count on you for a lot of input, and he's pretty well regarded young man. As we all know, there's a great upside to Derek Kraus. He sure is a likable young man, and he certainly has some talent, and would like to see him groomed. And boy, what a perfect place for him to land if he could find this gig over at Colleague Motorsports, no doubt. So, got our fingers crossed that this rumor actually comes true. So, and. Speaking, this is just such a wonderful time of year because there's not just rumors like that, but there's other rumors going around and things that we didn't know and things that are coming out. And like, was anybody aware that Kevin Harvick broke a couple of ribs 6 weeks ago while he was on vacation in June, and he's been racing ever since. Folks, I don't know if any of you have ever broken a rib or several ribs, but it is a painful ordeal to go through. I've done it myself. I broke my sternum once and I broke a rib another time, and you can't breathe, you can't laugh, you can't cough, it's terrible. And how do you get up out of bed? You sleep in a recliner. And that's how bad. I had one broken rib and he's got a bunch of them.
I'm surprised. How did he keep it quiet so long?
Yeah, no doubt. And why wasn't it mentioned, and why wasn't it an excuse? That's a beautiful excuse. Who the hell can race with broken ribs? We'll be right back.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at wagnerautomotive.com.
Luxury automobiles, the pinnacle of style and class. One of the finer things in life, and one of the faster things too. The Fanatec GT World Challenge at Road America, August 18th through the 20th. Exotic, high-speed sports cars from Aston Martin, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Mercedes-AMG, Porsche, and many, many more. Bring the family, kids 16 and under, free with a paying adult. The Fanatec GT World Challenge, August 18th through the 20th at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Details, camping, and tickets at roadamerica.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
The ARCA Menard Series.
Here's Gustine, who'll dive to the bottom of the racetrack again.
Heads to the Empire State.
Love pulling away. 2, 3 car lengths back into the corner.
For a road course test at Watkins Glen.
Here he comes off the corner. Jesse Love going to make that Toyota awfully wide. They're lining up at the back door. Checkered flag is waving. Jesse Love will win.
It's the General Tire 100 at the Glen.
Friday night coverage starts at 5 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
And welcome back to LTN here on the Big 920. Glad you could join us. We've it's getting exciting around these parts because not only is NASCAR going to be racing at the Milwaukee Mile for the first time in some time, but the Clean Harbors 175 has taken on, I think, a new dimension after, if you got a chance to watch Ty Majeski Friday night in the truck race, he absolutely kicked everybody's ass, won every stage, won the race, had the best truck, and right from there, he's headed to Milwaukee. And of all people that we are honored to have on the program today, Bob Sargent, the promoter of the big weekend coming up. And of course, Bob, it was an honor to meet you at Anderson, Indiana. Thanks to my old friend Mark for introducing us. And first of all, welcome to LTN. Great to have you on again.
Extreme weather events like heat waves, droughts, floods, and wildfires are accelerating across the U.S. and putting our kids' future at risk. Hi, I'm Dr. Rosimar Rios Berrios. I'm a climate scientist and a mom to a 3-year-old and to another one on the way. I'm doing everything I can to keep kids safer, but I need more mom power to make a difference. The solutions are out there. Visit ScienceMoms.com to help take on extreme weather and give our kids the future they deserve.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
Could it be any more perfect than have Ty Majeski coming off a win as popular as he is in the state of Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's really going to lead us into a great weekend, bringing NASCAR back to the Milwaukee Mile and the ARCA Sprecher 150. What a doubleheader day for everyone, for the fans to come out and watch and root on our home state driver is Ty. And not only is he on a roll there with the Truck Series and what he did Friday night, dominate, but he went to the Milwaukee Mile and raced with us on Father's Day in the late model, our ASA Stars National Series race there, and he dominated there. So he definitely will be a top choice for coming into our Clean Harbors race.
And it's not just Ty. I mean, Derek Kraus, that just was announced, is going to be racing in that number 7 truck. That, if I remember right, didn't Kyle Larson drive that truck earlier this year?
Yes, sir. Yes. So that's definitely a good truck. Derek's got experience there at the mile. I mean, just with racing there on Father's Day, we had a few that got a jump and got some seat time.
And, of course, Josh Balicki will be here. The ARCA race is going to feature Luke Fenhaus. And, of course, Luke damn near won it again. Just had a little problem on a late race restart. But I'll tell you what, we're going to be very well representative here in the Badger State for sure. And so tell us a little bit, how are ticket sales going and the level of interest?
Well, we couldn't ask for any better. The excitement has been great. The reception from the community and the race fans has been great. Ticket sales are very brisk, and we expect a large crowd. So that's going to look good for future events at the Milwaukee Mile. But at hand first is this one. We're going to get this over and hopefully have some good weather like we have this weekend. But everything looks very good and positive. Our sponsors have really stepped up and came out. So the staff there at the fairgrounds, they just went through finishing up with their big fair, and they've been great to work with. Some improvements have been made at the fairgrounds, and I just think everything's looking positive.
Yeah, I was over there. I was at the fair on Monday and checked out the display you guys had there and saw the improvements you've done to the track. They're pretty impressive. Now, this isn't just a one-day event. I mean, there's going to be vehicles on the track. The Truck Series and the ARCA Menard Series takes the track on Saturday. So for fans that want to spend the whole weekend there, how do they go about doing that so they can take in all the action?
Yeah, we actually want to invite everyone out for the 2 days of action there. We thought some of these truck races are one-day events, but we thought with this being the first time back to Milwaukee Mile, we worked with NASCAR, and both the ARCA Menard Series and the Craftsman Truck Series will be on the track Saturday. Both will be practicing, and ARCA will be their General Tire pole qualifying also for the Sprecher 150. So a lot of action Saturday. The grandstands are open at 1 o'clock. Cars will be on the track at 1 p.m. with NASCAR Truck Series practice on Saturday. So all these times will be on our website, the State Fair website. TrackEnterprises.com should be able to find out everything the fan would need to know. We do have camping in the infield. We have infield viewing. Just to bring your car, your pickup in there, and let the kids throw the football and the frisbee around during the day. So we've got a lot of different ways that a fan can watch this, and obviously sitting in the grandstands is ultimate.
It's fantastic.
One of our listeners is wondering, he just messaged us, he's wondering, is NASCAR going to allow fans to buy pit passes to get in the truck garage? Is the truck garage and the ARCA garage going to be separated? How does that look like for fans trying to get in there?
Yeah, fans will not be able to get into the NASCAR and ARCA garages. They're really tight on that, just the amount that would want to come in, so and insurance and security-wise. So fans will not be allowed in the garage area. We will have an autograph session, and hopefully after the race we'll be able to catch some drivers some autographs.
And just remember, that's not Bob Sargent's policy. That's NASCAR's policy. So I'm sure Bob.
Yes, I appreciate you reminding everyone that. But it's not only even NASCAR's for this race; it's everywhere they go. So very seldom do they. I don't think of any. But we were just at IRP Friday night. Again, no fans in the garage area. So it's a very common for NASCAR to do that in their top level divisions.
So, Bob, it's been a while since NASCAR's been back, and it's great they're coming back. What all went into putting this together? Was it it seems like it was a pretty big effort, but can you just kind of go over everything you had to do to kind of make this happen?
Yeah, it was a big effort. It's actually been a years in the workings. You know, we Track Enterprises, working with NASCAR and ARCA for years and have a great relationship. And, you know, we were doing the Knoxville truck race. We were, you know, doing another one, with looking at different venues to do a truck race. And when we started running the Midwest Tour late models on Father's Day, obviously there was a goal to continue to have more races and higher levels, and we were fortunate to bring in the Menards ARCA series, and obviously the next one on our list was to bring in the truck series, and we just kept, again, years in the process of this. The fair board, the fair management and staff have been great to work with. There were some safety things that needed done and some updates, and again, just a group effort, and here we are.
Bob, I have to tell you, your diligence is much appreciated by the Wisconsin racing community. What you have done and what you continue to do is puts you in sainthood territory, my friend. And we love you, and we can't wait for the trucks to hit the track here at Milwaukee. And best of luck to you, and we'll hopefully see you that weekend.
Well, I look forward to it. And again, it's a group effort. It's not just me. I mean, the fans, the Wisconsin fans are the best. All the local tracks up there, what Greg and Angie McCarnes have done with the tour, and just everything goes on in that area, you guys should all be proud of. And we just feel fortunate to be able to work with you all.
Bob Sargent, the promoter at the upcoming NASCAR Craftsman Truck Clean Harbors 175 weekend at the Milwaukee Mile. Thanks, Bob, and hopefully we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.
You bet. We're going to take a break and be back.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
Racing action resumes this Saturday night at the Fair Park in Plymouth. Wheel-to-wheel, wing-to-wing action as the drivers compete on the Third Mile Bank Oval. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 6. This week, the INX Legends return, joining the Grand Nationals B-Mods and Wing Sprint cars. Next Friday night, the Dirt Kings late models return, featuring a full slate of outstanding drivers and cars. Also, championship night for the Grand Nationals and B-Mods. We'll see you there.
The NASCAR Cup Series is back at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Crowd oohs and ahs as Tyler Reddick, now on the outside of Chastain, finishes the
exits turn 10, turn 11. A 7-car length lead over Ross Chastain.
Body shot after body shot, and he stands tall as he crosses the yard of bricks and sees. Listen to the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Live this Sunday.
Coverage starts at 12:30 on Milwaukee's home for NASCAR, the Big 920, and your iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to LTN. I have a quick story for you. Everybody that follows short track racing in Wisconsin knows the name Johnny Ziegler. He's been an icon in our sport for many, many years. longtime friend and has so many friends in this business. His grandson, Zach Riddle, races. He's a champion at Madison and is a threat wherever he goes in that number 14 car. A couple of weeks ago, there was a rainout at Madison on a Friday night, and the family was all together, and they all went to dinner in Oregon. And his daughter, Brandy, was sitting right across from him, and she said to him, "Dad, wake up, will you? You look like you're tired." And her daughter, Stevie, was sitting next to him and nudged him, and he started to fall over. And Zach caught him, put him on the floor. At this point, we're going, oh, my God, what's happening here? Zach's wife is named Kelsey. She is a nurse. As Brandy said, all 98 pounds of her jumped the table, found no pulse, no air, nothing. She started CPR on him and basically saved his life. The ambulance arrived shortly thereafter, took him out. He had not come to yet, but he was breathing. And she saved his life, basically, and he had triple bypass surgery this week. And looks like he's going to live and do all right for himself. So he did have a hypoglycemia concern, whatever the hell that is. It's a common thing apparently after cardiac surgery, but he's doing well, and Johnny Ziegler will live on, thank goodness. And our best from all of us here at LTN to the Ziegler family. That's pretty awesome. There's another rumor out there this week. Last week we heard it was going around. Some people were saying they heard from the source. WIR was sold. The racetrack at Kaukauna, Wisconsin International. We knew it was for sale for some ridiculous amount of money. Ridiculous for a racetrack, not so much if you were going to develop the land, which is in a prime location. But the rumor was going around that it was sold, and apparently it was not sold. Okay, that the rumor was not true. So whatever you heard, it's not true. Just thought we'd clear up a couple of things. And once again, if you'd like to ever give us a call, 414-421-7901. William Byron failed pre-qualifying inspection 3 times, and the point leader and guy who's the best of all the Hendrick cars will be starting last in the field. 39 cars today, if you can believe that. Usually it's barely enough for 36. Well, they have 36. It's hard to get any more than 36, but 39 on the road course today with all these, clearing out the foreigner, bringing them in to join.
I think he has to do a pass-through, too, at the start of the race, too, because of that.
Oh, really? Should it matter if you're starting last? You just puts you a little further back, I guess.
Yeah, you fail that many times, I think it's a pretty big penalty. And I think part of it includes a pass-through at the start of the race.
All right. Say what you will about our country's state of affairs this day and the woke mentality that follows our daily lives. But Noah Gragson, as we talked about last week, was suspended from the number 42 car because he liked a post that he obviously should not have, and that sort of thing will cost you sometimes suspensions, or in this case it cost him his job. It's more I think it's a lot more like, you can't fire me, I quit. Noah Gragson has been released from the 42 car completely. We had talked a couple of weeks ago about a rumor that was going around that he was going to be let go at the end of the season either way, because when the team is going to change to Toyotas next year and from Chevrolet, and they supposedly want to put John Hunter Nemechek in the car. So actually, if any of you partners of mine are surprised, why don't you just jump in and tell me why?
When you save on auto insurance for driving safe with USAA Safe Pilot, you'll feel like a big deal, even in a traffic jam. Save up to 30% with USAA Safe Pilot. Restrictions apply.
Brewers action heats up with the battle against the Padres. Friday, August 25th through Sunday, August 27th. Join the crew at the Friday night series opener for Harry Potter Night, presented by Wintrust. And don't miss the game on Saturday, August 26th for a Rowdy Tellez bobblehead giveaway featuring the Brewers slugger and his pet dogs, courtesy of Toyota. Get your tickets at brewers.com/promotions.
Well, I'm not surprised at all. And I think for Noah, I mean, there's nothing really going on at Legacy right now anyway. The rest of the season, I mean, it's about as lame duck as you can get because they're not getting any help from Chevrolet because they're moving on. So they're probably going to be running outside of the top, 25 the rest of the year. So now this gives Noah a chance to get his house in order, get himself reinstated with NASCAR, and then maybe he can land on his feet again. I highly doubt it's going to be in the Cup Series, but as we see, Noah can win in the Xfinity and the Truck Series with on a regular basis. So I think if he's able to land on his feet and get back into one of those vehicles again and pick up a whole bunch of wins, maybe he can rebuild himself again. It's not going to go like it did with Kyle Larson. I mean, if he thinks he's going to follow that blueprint, that's not going to happen.
No.
It's going to be a lot more difficult, and he's not nearly as talented as Kyle Larson. But I still think he can get back up to that again, and he can get back to the point where he can win in the lower divisions and possibly get another shot at a Cup ride.
When I attended a Cup test at the Phoenix Raceway in January and was able to talk with Jimmy Johnson briefly, with Scott Hansen, who knew him, and I didn't, of course. But it was interesting and to be around that Legacy team. And there were other guys from the team that when, Noah Gregson walked by, the one guy from the team said, right there is the future of our company. Yeah. Unless he does something that he shouldn't have. And, it's out there. It can happen to anybody. You can't just, it's not like sitting at a bar and throwing comments out. You have to have some kind of an understanding of the amount of intelligence and common sense it takes to do this next level where you're at. And you can't just be an idiot that likes stupid posts. Yes, I agree. And as we talked about last week, it was one reporter wanting to stir it up and did it. Congratulations, man. You cost a guy his livelihood. So way to go. Nice job. On the other hand, how stupid can you be by liking something like that? It's unbelievable. And on that note, we'll sneak away for a break. We'll be right back.
Luxury automobiles, the pinnacle of style and class. One of the finer things in life, and one of the faster things too. The Fanatec GT World Challenge at Road America, August 18th through the 20th. Exotic, high-speed sports cars from Aston Martin, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Mercedes-AMG, Porsche, and many, many more. Bring the family, kids 16 and under, free with a paying adult. The Fanatec GT World Challenge, August 18th through the 20th at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Details, camping, and tickets at roadamerica.com.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Racing action resumes this Saturday night at the Fair Park in Plymouth. Wheel-to-wheel, wing-to-wing action as the drivers compete on the Third Mile Bank Oval. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 6. This week, the INX Legends return, joining the Grand Nationals B-Mods and Wing Sprint cars. Next Friday night, the Dirt Kings late models return, featuring a full slate of outstanding drivers and cars. Also, championship night for the Grand Nationals and B-Mods. We'll see you there.
This week on NASCAR Live, Corey Heim joined the show.
It's been nothing but an uphill climb for us. I feel like we've been really solid these past 2 or 3 months, and it's really cool to see our consistency get better and better as the year goes on. And I feel like we're to the point now where if we don't win races, we're kind of below expectations. To start the year, it certainly wasn't that way, so it's been a good uphill climb for us.
There's much more waiting for you each week on NASCAR Live.
Every Tuesday night at 6 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I won't say it's unprecedented for this sort of thing, but it hasn't happened recently. But Front Row Motorsports, which is the 34 and 38 cars. There has been some conjecture out there wondering, which drivers were going to be around. It has been known that, of course, Zane Smith drives for them in the Truck Series, and they really would like to have him advance. He's kind of like the number one prospect, if there is such a thing, that could be coming up. And, of course, he's a Ford guy, and it was somewhat thought that Michael McDowell might be replaced. Now, McDowell, by the way, who's having a good year. He's qualified fourth today on the road course. He's a racer's racer, folks. He's a great driver. He really is. Would he be doing better if he was driving for, like, say, for instance, Stuart Haas? What the hell is Stuart Haas doing? Maybe not. He's doing as good as he would be over there. Not sure, but they've announced that McDowell is coming back and that Todd Gilliland is coming back. So the next thing you might want to think about is, well, what happens to Zane Smith? He's a Ford guy. By now, you've seen that, his name was somewhat, speaking of Stuart Haas, linked to possibly going over there. But the question is, and it continues to be, is there going to be a job opening over there, fellas? Do you think there is?
I don't know. I mean, the question is, where does Zane Smith go? He's free to look around now, and he's probably a pretty hot commodity the way he's been running in the Truck Series. I mean, some of the talks is maybe the 10 car, because if Almirola doesn't come back, that all depends, I suppose, on a sponsor there too. I think he'd be a good fit in the 21. I'm not sure the 21 is open. I mean, I don't think Harrison Burton's done a whole lot there, and I think they could use a change around there. But, I'm not sure where that all sits, all that goes into it. But I think Zane Smith is out there, and Ford, I think, wants him in a car somewhere. Probably Stuart Haas is probably the most likely, but we'll see.
This is where the conundrum comes in for Ford, that they don't have a good Xfinity program and a place to put him. Front row, you have a guy with the talent like Zane Smith. I don't think you want to lose him at all. But logically now he's ready to move up to the next step, and the next step is the Xfinity Series, and there's no place for him to go. Now, this would be a situation where it would be really good if they could lynch together with one of the existing Xfinity teams that is struggling some, but has had connections with bigger teams in the past, i.e. SS Greenlight Racing and Bobby Dotter, and put a program together for him to run it. Now, I don't know how all those pieces go together. I don't know how much money it would take to do it, but I think if you want to keep Zane Smith around, you need to move him up. I'm talking front row, that is. Move him up into the next step and let him go after an Xfinity title now and see if he can get something with it.
That's a good point. Or I mean, it seems to me that we've seen some things coming out of Keselowski that he'd like to expand, but so much has to go into it money-wise for that charter. You don't want to fart around without a charter, and charters are going to be what, $20+ million, Dan? I mean, it's a pretty ridiculous number they're throwing around these days. So,
or the other possibility, I mean, the front row started this truck program from scratch, I believe, on their own, and put Zane Smith in it a few years back. I mean, I don't know what it would take for them to take that program and flip it into the Xfinity Series, how much of a money difference that is. I'm sure it's quite a bit more expensive, but if they want to keep him around, flip that over into the Xfinity Series, be a welcome to have him in there.
Hey, speaking of Bobby Dotter, and I don't know how this gal's name is pronounced. Brian, you probably do. Catherine Legg or Leggy or something like that?
Catherine Legg.
Legg? Okay. She was supposed to drive for Bobby Dotter. They had some kind of deal put together. And I don't know if you've seen this yet. It's crazy. But it's fallen through. It's not going to happen. And the reason that I read was because of the Hollywood writers' strike. Now you think to yourself, what in the hell can Catherine Legg driving for Bobby Dotter have to do with a writers' strike? Well, it has to do with sponsorship, and that is she was bringing money to promote a movie. And now that Hollywood has been put on hold because, oh my God, the things we have to worry about. That's right now, there is no Hollywood really. And so the movie is on hold. The promotion of the movie is on hold. The money for Catherine Legg to drive for Bobby Dotter is on hold. And so that's what happened there. So
that's too bad, because when we talked to Bobby at Road America, they were kind of looking forward to that. They put together that program for all the road courses. As we said, they've had a rough year over there, and he was hoping to get something, concrete with her and get a couple races. And she's smart, she's experienced, she's not a young kid. I mean, she's in her 40s. So he was really looking forward to that, and it's too bad it's something. Yeah, she's like, I think she's 42. It's too bad that something that you didn't even think would have anything to do with NASCAR put this on hold for him. It just adds to the miserable year he's had over there.
There also, by the way, there was a problem with a splitter on one of Stuart Haas's cars, the 00 Cole Custer Xfinity car. Whatever it was pretty naughty. 20 regular season and 5 playoff points, and the crew chief was fined $25,000.
That's the second time for Stuart Haas, right? Didn't the 14 on the Cup side get caught with something too, and a big earlier in the year?
Yes, severe.
Hey, PJ is standing by with us right now, and I hate to just snap her into this thing like that, but since your husband is not here, what could possibly? I mean, you are with people that know these things, and I'm sure Toby has given you some heads up on this sort of thing. What could possibly have been a big deal about a splitter?
I'm sure it's something with the aerodynamics, airflow.
I don't. What can you do with this splitter that wouldn't be automatically recognizable as it went through inspection? That's the next obvious question. What
was
made
it like
think?
something adjustable or something like that, where it moved at certain points during the deal? I mean, I'm not sure exactly. Works that. I would think
there's
maybe
a possibility, right?
Something where the air pressure would probably move something where it would be during race trim versus just sitting there.
And this is just a couple of people sitting at the next bar stool talking about what it could possibly be. We don't have any inside information, just talking about what it could possibly be. And we didn't say that's what happened, blah, blah, blah. There is a test going to start tomorrow at Indianapolis on the oval. If that isn't enough reason for you to think that the decision that they're talking about, which could come in, quote, weeks, isn't coming real fast, that they're going to be back on the oval at Indianapolis. Ford is sending Briscoe, Chevrolet is sending Bowman, and Toyota is sending Gibbs. The test is tomorrow on the oval at Indy. And, we're thinking it's a pretty good time for that. We're glad you're tuned in to LTN. We're going to have some results from around the world of racing after these commercial messages.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
Luxury automobiles, the pinnacle of style and class. One of the finer things in life, and one of the faster things too. The Fanatec GT World Challenge at Road America, August 18th through the 20th. Exotic, high-speed sports cars from Aston Martin, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Mercedes-AMG, Porsche, and many, many more. Bring the family, kids 16 and under, free with a paying adult. The Fanatec GT World Challenge, August 18th through the 20th at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Details, camping, and tickets at roadamerica.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800. neighborhood or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
NASCAR is returning to the historic Milwaukee Mile Speedway for a full day of racing that you don't want to miss. Be there Sunday, August 27th for an ARCA and NASCAR truck doubleheader. The ARCA Menard Series Sprecher 150 starts at noon, and the Clean Harbors 175 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series playoff starts at 3 p.m. Racing is back in Milwaukee at the historic Milwaukee Mile Speedway, August 27th. Be a part of the action and get your tickets online now at MilwaukeeMileRacing.com.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Green flag in the air. Teammates up front led by Josh Berry.
Regular season championship battle takes center stage.
Oh, trouble! John Hunter Nemechek spins off turn 2.
At Watkins Glen International.
John Hunter Nemechek into turn number 1. He is Mr. Lonely right now, and he doesn't mind it a bit.
It's the Shriners Children's 200 at the Glen.
Saturday, coverage starts at 2 on Milwaukee's home for NASCAR, the Big 920, and your iHeartRadio app.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Another week of big money on the line across the dirt tracks. We'll start Monday night up in Superior, Wisconsin, the Gondik Law Speedway. The XRSS Super Late Model Series, $20,000 to win on a Monday night in Superior, Wisconsin. Yes, that is not a misprint. Bobby Pierce took home the money as he continues to grab all the money in all of the late model races across the country these days. Also Monday night in Oskaloosa, Iowa at the Southern Iowa Speedway, the 28th Annual Sage Fruit Front Row Challenge for the 410 Sprint Cars, $21,000 to win that one. James McFadden picked up the win there. Tuesday night in Beaver Dam in the IMSA Mods, it was Jeff Schmuel. IMSA Stock Cars was Jeremy Christians. Up at Eagle River in the Limited Late Models, it was Josh Nevarowski. Winning that, stock cars went to Jonathan Miller. Menominee, the Red Cedar Speedway, the XR Working Man's Late Model Series, $10,000 to win. That went to Nick Hoffman. And in Spring Valley, Minnesota, Deer Creek Speedway, the Harris Clash for the IMCA Modified 75 cars on a Tuesday night. Tim Ward picked up the win. Wisconsin racers Benji Lacrosse finished 11th, and Will Garceau started 4th and finished 28th of the 75 cars there. Wednesday night, Knoxville, Iowa, the 62nd annual NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals got underway. Night number 1. The preliminary feature winner was Donnie Schatz. They did it again Tuesday night with the second half of the field, and Carson Macedo picked up the win on Thursday. Also Thursday night up at Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin at the Hill Raceway, the IMCA Modifieds during their fair race. Todd Dart was your winner. The IMCA Stock Cars went to Brent Wenzel. Down in Walton, Kentucky, the Florence Speedway, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series North-South 100. Twin 5,000 win preliminary feature winners there. Bobby Pierce yet again picked up the 5,000 there. Mike Marlar was the other feature winner. Friday night, we had rainouts at Seymour, Menominee, Superior, and Jim Falls. They did race at Gravity Park. In the Grand Nationals, Andrew Singer picked up the win. The stock cars went to Mitch Myers, and it rained for the rest of the program after that. Darlington, the Lafayette County Speedway, the Limited Lates went to David Webster, and the Modifieds went to Spencer Dirks. Knoxville, Friday night, Hard Knocks night. Anybody that did not have a good night, you got another shot to race. Aaron Reitzel did not have a good night on Wednesday night, so he ran and he won the feature. Locked himself into the field for Saturday night. Night number 2 at Florence for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, another $5,000 to win. Ricky Thornton Jr. picked up one of the preliminary features, and Bobby Pierce yet again. If you got a calculator going, you can keep calculating all the money he's got because we're not done yet. Saturday night, Plymouth. 2,000 win for the Super 6 Late Model Series, their finale of the year. Nick Anvelink was your winner. Brad Miller, by 2 points, won the Super 6 Late Model Series championship. Congratulations to him. In MSA 360 sprints, it was Brandon McMullen, and the Grand Nationals was Luke Skolton. Francis Crick, Wisconsin, the 141 Speedway. The Modifieds went to Travis Hansen. The stock cars went to Alex Kratzper, and the Grand Nationals to Jason Schilling. And we usually don't do sport mods, but we're going to say it because we know her.
Yep.
Taylor Kuhl is in town. She started 12th in the Sport Mod feature and won it. She'll be running the big 10,000 win race there later this week. Up at Shawano Saturday night, the late models went to Troy Springmore, and the Modifieds Johnny Whitman, and the stock cars was Trey Van Stratton. Tomahawk, the USRA Limited Late Models, Mike Hugavsky was your winner. Ashland, the Modifieds, Brandon Kopp. Rice Lake, the Wissota Challenge Series was up there. Jake Radetsky was your winner. The Modifieds went to Caden Blauser. Now we move to Florence, Kentucky for the big Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series North-South 100. $75,000 to win. Any guesses? Who do you guys think won that?
Brewers action heats up with the battle against the Padres. Friday, August 25th through Sunday, August 27th. Join the crew at the Friday night series opener for Harry Potter Night, presented by Wintrust. And don't miss the game on Saturday, August 26th for a Rowdy Tellez bobblehead giveaway featuring the Brewers slugger and his pet dogs, courtesy of Toyota. Get your tickets at brewers.com/promotions.
Want to help lift others from poverty, violence, and mental health issues? Make an impact on the lives of others with an online Master of Social Work at Herzing University. If you have a bachelor's degree and want to make a difference, this flexible online MSW program is designed for you. Herzing offers 3 specializations, and you can graduate in as little as 12 months. Herzing makes education more accessible and affordable. We've committed $13 million to scholarships, and we'll waive your application fee. For more info, text the word social to 85109 or go to herzing.edu.
Bobby Pierce.
Bobby Pierce. Yes, he did. I don't have a calculator large enough to add up what he's won the last couple weeks, but he's taken over for Ricky Thornton Jr. in the winning category. That's not the biggest purse of the weekend. The big one goes to Knoxville, Iowa, the 62nd annual Knoxville Nationals, $185,000 to win. Young money Kyle Larson started on the pole. He led all 50 laps and picked up his second Knoxville National title. David Gravel was second, and Donnie Schatz was third. And that is everything we have for this
Not much
week.
of a show, it sounds like, huh?
It was behind him. I mean, the camera fortunately was showing everything behind him. It looked like the scrambler at the fair behind him, but he was just better than everybody else in the front.
And Gravel came from 22nd to second.
Yes.
Caution.
That's yeah, very outstanding. All right, the pavement results from PJ Noodleman, who's taken over that responsibility from me, and take it away, PJ.
Wednesday night, the battle at Berlin up in Marne, Michigan. Bubba Pollard picked up the $30,000 in that SRL Tour race. On Thursday, up at State Park Speedway, the UMA Superlates, Brock Heinrich won. At Kaukauna, WIR, the Blue Race, Super Late Model Twin, 33 lappers, Jesse Outenhoven and Sawyer Efforts each picked those up. Also, note, first time in 47 years since Dick Trickle won all 3 races, Sawyer Efforts has pulled that off this year.
Oh, that's awesome. What an accomplishment.
In the late models up at Kaukauna, Brian Henry was your winner of the late models, and he lost the championship, though, by 1 point to J.J. Vanderloop. Also on Thursday night, the SRX Series ran. Tony Stewart won that at Eldora.
Kicked their behinds up one side and on the other.
Anybody surprised?
No. But what I was surprised is Matt Kenseth looked actually not too bad.
Finished 5th. Not too bad at all. Friday night at Grundy, Eddie Hoffman picked up the super late model win. Bryce Miller was your winner in the late models at Hawkeye Downs. Madison, they had the Cheese Curd Cup going on in the Midwest Dash Series. Kyle Reidner was your winner. And, of course, on Friday, the ARCA Series ran at Indianapolis. Jesse Love won that. Luke Fenhouse, P2. And William Sawalich, 4th place. On Saturday at Jefferson, the late models, Jason Erickson was your winner. La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway had a couple of 20-lap features. Mike Carlson picked up 1 win there. Nick Clements was the second. At Marshfield, the UMA Super Late Models, Mark Eswine was your winner. I believe he also got the championship. And then the Midwest Truck Series, James Swan was the winner. Rockford Late Models, Jacob Guiley was your winner. Cars Tour ran at Ace Speedway in North Carolina. Carson Quapple was your winner. And also the Dells ran last night. And Todd, you were there.
They did, yes. Luke Fenhouse put, it didn't take him long to get out front, and it was of no surprise to anybody. The last time they ran the super lates here, he was involved in something, had to go to the rear, and worked his way through, and on the last lap won the thing. So I figured, oh, this is going to be, it didn't take long, and Luke was out front and kind of kicked everybody's behind. Dalton Zier was second, and Johnny DeAngelis was third. Is that
That's a wrap. I know you want to go over Slinger yet, too.
Last week at Slinger Speedway, it was a heck of a show. Steve Apel probably was not going to catch Levon Vandergeest in the Alan Kowicki Memorial Race, which is, ironic because Steve Apel was the first year he was first runner-up to Ty Majeski in that series, and came back and won in the Elite 8 Super Late Model feature. Vandergeest, who led the first 50 laps, went all the way when there was a caution, and ended up second. And when I interviewed him in Victory Lane, he probably made himself as many fans as if he had won the race. He had actually got in just a little bit into Abel in the late laps and got him a little out of shape. And all he had to do is muscle him out of the way, and he could have gone by, right? And he says, when I asked him about it, he says, I'm not one of the guys that race like that. And backed off, let Steve gather it back up. And how about that? By the way, for me, it was a real highlight last week to have our partner here, Dan Margetta, be installed into the Slinger Speedway Wall of Fame. Very cool for me to be there and be able to interview him last week. So
you got a little
tonight at
emotional.
Slinger Speedway. Yeah, well, it's a pretty cool thing. Dan has battled cancer this year and has done it in a way that I wish I could say I would do it myself, except nobody knows how hard it is to do unless you're in those shoes. And old Dan is he's an inspiration to me and to many others.
I had my last round last Thursday, and that should be done. The pick line comes out this Thursday. I go in for a scan just before Oktoberfest on October 3rd to make sure it's all gone. So it's all going well, and I think it might be on its way out.
Woohoo!
So we like to hear. Tonight at Slinger Speedway, the Pro Late Models take center stage, plus the Memorial Go-Karts. It's their big race of the year at that racetrack. When the Pro Lates come, so will Dale Nottestad. He doesn't race there very often. Dale, this is like Dad's cousin. This isn't Jacob's blah, blah. It's a big family. What can I tell you? The famous racing Nottestad family. We'll be right back.
NASCAR is returning to the historic Milwaukee Mile Speedway for a full day of racing that you don't want to miss. Be there Sunday, August 27th for an ARCA and NASCAR truck doubleheader. The ARCA Menard Series Sprecher 150 starts at noon, and the Clean Harbors 175 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series playoff starts at 3 p.m. Racing is back in Milwaukee at the historic Milwaukee Mile Speedway August 27th. Be a part of the action and get your tickets online now at MilwaukeeMileRacing.com.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Luxury automobiles, the pinnacle of style and class. One of the finer things in life, and one of the faster things too. The Vanitech GT World Challenge at Road America, August 18th through the 20th. Exotic, high-speed sports cars from Aston Martin, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Mercedes-AMG, Porsche, and many, many more. Bring the family, kids 16 and under, free with a paying adult. The Vanitech GT World Challenge, August 18th through the 20th at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Details, camping, and tickets at roadamerica.com.
A new head coach.
We got one objective and one goal, is to play for a championship.
A talented backfield.
Braylon Allen does it again.
And a defense that just
Down he goes.
won't
Intercepted. He's gone.
stop.
Another turnover forced.
Join us Saturday, September 2nd. It's the Badgers and Buffalo Bulls in Madison. Our coverage begins at 12:30 on your home for Wisconsin football.
It's about effort. It's about intensity.
The Badger Sports Network from Learfield.
On the Big 920 and 97.3 The Game.
And welcome back. Thanks for sticking in there with us. A couple of notes. Michigan, it used to have 137,000 seats in it. It's down to 56,000 seats, and it was full last week. As a matter of fact, it was the best attended race at Michigan since 2015. So 8 years, it's on the way back. Our sport has turned the corner, and it's definitely on its way back. And because the race was on Monday and was rained out last week on Sunday, Ryan Preece I guess he never even told anybody, yeah, fine, I'll race tomorrow. And he missed the birth of his daughter, which was Monday. So way to be one of those guys that puts career ahead of family. Hey, sorry. Chris Buescher, by the way, won the race at Michigan last week. It was his second in a row. Toby actually picked him to win 2 in a row last week, PJ, and that's pretty awesome. What's even more awesome is he doesn't have to cheat and, pick it right this week because he's not here with us.
That's too bad.
I know it. I'm taking SVG today. I'm a believer after watching him win at Chicago. Van Gisbergen is in another class, the way it seems to me. Dan, who are you looking at today?
I'm going to go with another ringer, not SVG. Let's go with Kobayashi.
Really? Okay. Why not? Brian?
Well, since you're leaving the low-hanging fruit, I'll take Tyler Reddick.
He did win this last year.
Yes.
And PJ?
Well, since you took SVG, no, it's okay. I'm going to go with the one that'll get all the tongues wagging, and they'll say that NASCAR scripted it. Chase Elliott.
Oh,
that would be good. That'd put him in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Right.
it would.
That's what I was going to pick, but I'm not anymore because every time I pick him, he doesn't finish. So I'm like, I'm done with him.
You're jinxing him? There is something to be said about that because he is NASCAR's most popular driver. He's not going to make it in on points. It's very obvious he's going to have to win one. But that being said, the guy's fantastic at the races between now and the end of the regular season, and he's got a pretty good shot of making it. And I would agree with you, PJ. If I wasn't taking SVG today, and I don't believe I mentioned this, Ty Gibbs won yesterday in the Xfinity race. And by the way, Sam Mayer finished second. I would have taken Gibbs today if I wasn't suddenly enamored with this New Zealander. So, there's that too. So, hey, this program just blows right by. Nobody took Brody Kostecki. Come on, he's supposed to be the guy, isn't he?
Or AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah, or Allmendinger, who. What happened? I never did see the race yesterday at Indy when Ty Gibbs won that. And the last I saw before I had to leave, he was AJ Allmendinger was winning it. What happened? Anyone? Did anybody see it?
No, I was watching boats go round and round.
Okay, well, for one reason or another, Ty Gibbs, and make no mistake how good Gibbs is on road courses, by the way. He may not be the most popular driver in the garage, but the kid has got talent that is just beginning to be tapped. He is going to be a superstar. Like, he's going to be another Darrell Waltrip. You didn't really particularly like him, but he won everything. I got a feeling we're right on the cusp of that with Ty Gibbs. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the program. We do appreciate it every Sunday morning. We dropped to number 2 in the all iHeart download between Milwaukee and Madison. That's okay. It's Badger season. We know it's coming. But thanks so much for your support of this program. We love you, and to all of our sponsors. And as we like to remind people, real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our engineer is Matt Losey. Thanks again to everybody here at Dells Raceway Park, Jerry Albee, for letting us do the program here. And we'll see you next week, everybody.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations via Skype. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, every gas station, convenience store, vape shop, and neighborhood market knows it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So, if you're planning to buy something with nicotine, remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what. Find out what the federal tobacco sales law means for you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/tobacco21.